Hi, everyone. We are back, and Lisa is with me.
Yes, yay.
She's with me. Her voice isn't with me.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's been a little crazy
But
lately.
everybody will be so happy to see you.
Oh, I know I missed everybody so much. I miss seeing your face so much. I was like, oh my God, I don't think we have ever gone this long without talking, you
No,
know?
and
And
I didn't want to bother her because she had had surgery.
yeah,
I had sent her a message
yep,
now and
yep,
then saying, thinking of you, hope everything's okay. Hey,
yep.
Karen.
Hi, Karen.
So it's nice to have Lisa back. She is here this week. Not going to be saying a lot because of her voice.
Yeah,
And then next week, most likely, she won't be here
right. I
because
have
she has
surgery.
another surgery.
Yeah.
But then in 2 weeks, hopefully, if everything is perfectly well, she will be here. I will not be here on March 5th because we will be traveling.
Okay.
So we'll be in a vehicle. I'm not even sure where.
Yeah, no,
So
no.
because we took that whole week off.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So
we're
yeah, hopefully I will be back on the 5th. I was thinking about doing Gwen Studios that Wednesday, so I'll be doing that while you're traveling.
okay.
So yeah,
Hi,
so
Isabel.
I'll be here. Hi,
See, I
Isabel.
told you they'd be happy to see you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I told Anne. I said, I talked to her last night, and I was like, okay, I'm coming on today, and then because I feel much better from the after the bronchitis, and then this morning I started coughing, and then I lost my voice. So I told her I didn't even bother putting makeup on or anything, you guys. I just said, okay, this is it. This is what I look like today. So I'm really sorry about that part.
Hey, Beatrice.
Hi, Beatrice, but I am glad to see you guys. I have missed you all so very, very much. I don't know what I would do if I can't be creative. I
I know.
cannot. I am not one to sit and watch videos day in and day out. I gotta do something with my
Unless
hand.
they're crafty videos.
Yeah, well, yeah. If they're crafty videos, then I'm there. But hi,
Hey,
Kaylin.
Kaylin.
I was
So,
I was messaging with Kaylin yesterday.
hey, Laura Lee.
Hi, Laura Lee.
Oh, you've been praying for
Oh,
Lisa's health. Thank you.
thank you guys
We
so much.
appreciate prayers always, and with her health,
Yeah,
especially.
yeah. I really do appreciate everything that everybody has done. It's been amazing with you guys. You know, I love them all so much. I love you guys so much. I love you. Come with visit with us every single week.
Isabel said it must be frustrating not being able to craft.
Oh, Isabel, I'm telling you, if I wasn't so knocked out on drugs after my surgery, I would have lost my mind completely. So because I had a lot of medicine, I could get away with like the first 2 weeks, but then after that, I was like, okay, I can't. This is driving me nuts. And then I got the bronchitis, and I was back down again. So, whatever. So yeah, it's
You know, I hate to even say Lisa never ever ever had bronchitis until about 3 or 4 years ago. Ever. I would get bronchial pneumonia twice a year ever since she's known
every
me.
year. Yep.
Ever since she's known me. So I think all of her sympathy for me has
I told
finally
I told her I blamed her. I blamed her.
I blame me too.
I blamed her, even though we're not even in the same state. I was like, "This is your fault. I have never had bronchitis in my
I know.
life." And then I started getting it like every 3 months for a while. Remember? I
I
was
I,
like,
I don't think it ever left.
exactly. That's what I thought too. But it's been like a year and a half.
It's been a long, yeah.
But I jinxed it because when I was talking to the anesthesiologist, they were asking about asthma or anything, because bronchial. No, I haven't had bronchitis for over a year now, year and a half. It's no, I should have never said anything. I jinxed it totally. So
Hey,
hopefully,
Amy.
yeah. Hopefully it'll go away. I mean, it will eventually. It's just,
Amy is home because they have a snowy week. That's beautiful. It is cold
oh,
everywhere, I think. I'm not sure what it's like for Lisa, but I know, like back home in Minnesota, where I'm from, two of my kids messaged me today. One said it was 15 below, and the other
oh,
one, it was 17 below where she was.
oh, we don't get that
And
kind of cold.
here, where I'm at in South Padre, so like everything is coming down. And this morning it was about 60, and all during the day it's gone down, down. So it's in the low
Oh,
40s, 30-mile-an-hour winds.
oh yeah.
I would still rather be here than below zero.
Yeah, I
But
don't,
it's cold
we've never had
everywhere.
a
So
blow.
everybody stay safe and stay warm.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, it's been chilly here too, and I live in the high desert, so that rarely happens. But I
And you
mean,
said once you get it, you keep getting it. Yeah.
is that it? See,
Well,
so it is Anne's fault. Gosh darn it!
it
I
is.
keep
Well,
telling
you can still blame me.
her.
Karen said COVID is to blame because that has started so many things.
That might be it too. Because I
Laura
don't know,
Lee.
but I've had every vaccination under the sun, and so whatever.
Okay, Laura Lee, I loved your video for the home decor summit. I need to get some of those quilt stamps. I'd love
Oh,
more videos on them. Laura Lee, I do have some videos on them, and I also have a lot of blog posts. I'll get them together for you. The stamps, they are at my house. They arrived, but I have to package them when I get home. So make sure if you're not on the list already, because a lot of people from the summit have requested the stamps and they know that they'll be ready sometime in March. So if you're not on the list, make sure to remind me so I don't forget and put you on the list. Kaylin, I had pneumonia with COVID in 2020,
oh,
and your lungs haven't been. Yeah, I don't think
yeah.
you ever. I think
Once you
if you
have
got that
had
bad.
it, yeah, yeah. Because actually, no. I started getting sick before that with the
Yep,
bronchitis.
you did. Hmm.
And then and then COVID hit, and I didn't leave my house because I was.
Oh no, she didn't.
I
She,
did not
she
because I
didn't.
did not want to get anything else. I'm just like done with all of it. But hi
Okay.
Becca, I
Hi,
saw you pop
Becca.
in.
Helen.
Hi,
Okay, so
Helen.
Beatrice said it's going to be cold in Texas tomorrow. I heard it was cold there today. That's where I am, Beatrice, but I'm in South Padre. Um,
Yeah.
and Karen, Scotland is a lot like is like the medium med compared to Minnesota. It's like the med compared to I'm not sure what that means, Karen.
Yep.
You tell me what it means. So,
Yep.
Rebecca, we're just happy you're here. Thank
Yep.
you.
As always.
23 is the high today with a low of 8. Brr. Where
Oh,
are you again, Amy? I
that's cold.
want to think Canada, but I could be wrong.
I mean, we're like I said, we're in the high desert, and we do get cold, but I think the coldest it's ever been was maybe in the 20s. So anything colder than that, I would probably just lose my mind, you know. But then it gets to be 110 in the summer, so go figure. Oh, the
Oh,
Mediterranean.
Mediterranean.
Okay, got that.
Okay, thank you. Hey, Jeannie. Nice to
Jeannie.
see us together. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I messaged Jan last night. You said, "Remember me?" Like, "Hi, remember me?"
Well, she needed to take that time just to take care of herself.
Yeah, yeah,
And for those of you that have just joined, she has another surgery next week.
yeah.
So, Amy's in Southern Indiana. Oh, yeah, that is cold for there. Ooh.
Yeah. And then I have another one maybe in April, but we need to talk about that one because
This girl
I know.
is so afraid she's going to have surgery too close to Bellicon. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
I am. I am like, no, I have to be able to type. I have to be able to, do my job.
have to be able to type. Well,
Yeah.
Maybe there's an app on here where you could just talk into the microphone and because that works for a Word doc and everything.
All right, I should look into that. Yeah,
Mhm.
I should look
Yeah.
into that.
So there might be
Yeah.
something that would save your fingers too.
Yeah, I was not I don't know about the next one. Well, the next one I gotta have, but yeah.
So Karen, 20 is normal here.
20.
So
Oh,
you're a lot like Minnesota. So are you warm in the summer the way we are? Jeannie said it feels like negative 19. It's 1 degree. Oh, it's warmed up. David sent me a picture today that it was negative 15 this morning at like 7 a.m.
oh my goodness. I would not know what to do with it cold like that.
I know my
Holy
daughter Callie
smokes.
said it was negative 40, not windshield, not anything the other day.
Oh
Negative
my
40.
gosh, that's insanity.
It is, which
Sorry.
is why I'm down here.
I know, right?
But,
I know.
you know,
We need to go to the warmer places.
so we're so happy to have all of you here. And I actually, I did bring stuff with me for doing projects. I did 2 interviews, which were lovely. A lot of you were here. I did
Yeah.
Tiffany and I did Eileen last week. And it's always nice to catch up with them and for you guys to hear what's going on. But
Yeah.
today I thought I would do one of my crafts. I didn't bring, like, Lisa travels in a trailer. So when she's gone, sometimes she has like
Yeah.
certain machines that stay in that trailer.
Yep.
And because we drove down here, I brought just one giant bag filled with stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I
But
have
I
my
didn't bring
trailer.
like my laminator and
Yeah. I have
huh?
my cabinet. I have a cabinet in my trailer that I have a lot of craft stuff already in there.
Right.
So, when I'm gone, it's a lot easier than it is for you when you and Mark are gone traveling like that, because I've got that big old RV that I could just stuff things in
Well,
and it
right,
just
right,
stays.
right.
So yeah, no, it's much easier for
And
me
we
to
did
do
bring
that.
the truck this time because I think the truck's a little bit more comfortable than my car
Yeah.
and it holds more. So, but I did bring some stuff. I didn't bring a laminator, but for those that are watching on the replay or something that don't know how to foil, I'm going to show you what you do because I did bring all the pieces. And then we're going to play with, you guys know that I save all of my little tiny scraps all the time.
She does.
And Lisa thinks I'm crazy sometimes. But I'm going to show you what you can do with some of those. And you don't have to do this like with foiled scraps. You can use paper scraps or,
Right. Right.
other things. So it doesn't have to be foiled, but I have a lot of foiled because that is like one of my favorite things to do.
Yes, it is.
So that's what we're going to show you today. The
Right.
average is 65 in the summer. Okay, Karen. So yeah, you're about like us.
Oh, that's
Beatrice, I want to see the
cool.
quilting stamps. I missed the summit.
Oh,
Lisa might have some in her
I
studio.
do. I do.
And she can share them with you after I do my
Yep.
project
Yep.
because
I
I
do.
didn't bring any with me. I brought my watercolors and I was gonna practice and try to relax and do that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
I have an idea. I have packed a bag. Oh, great idea. I have a packed bag to take on the caravan. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's what. Yeah. If you're a crafter
I
and you,
think because we're all creative,
yeah,
we need to bring stuff with us and we
do.
need things that are mobile.
Yeah, because I love being at the beach. That's my favorite place in the whole wide world. But I'm there for a month. So if I can't be creative, I just got done saying that I about lost my mind because I haven't been able to do anything since my surgery. So, I have to, and Rich is so used to it that he's like, okay, which bag are you taking? This one, and, he wheels it out, but he knows there's the cabinet in our RV that's mine. And, we just do what we do
Well,
and have
yeah.
fun. That's what it's all about. Hi, Karen.
Hey, Karen, roads are slippery. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, guys. So gross.
10,
Ah,
-10. Ooh, yeah, that is cold, Karen.
it
I
is
think
cold.
because you're like up by me, but you're in Missouri, I think.
Yeah.
Ooh, well,
It is.
everybody try and stay warm. Um, we're going to announce the winners for the last 2 weeks after my live,
Yes.
and we're doing ebooks. And we're going to do an ebook for my live today too, because I'm not home, and we'll announce those at the end. So like, share, and comment with the hashtag Bella Crafts to enter for this week's giveaway.
Ooh,
And as I was saying, I'm doing a craft today, but next week I'm doing an interview, and I'm so excited about this interview because it is a dear friend of ours. And you guys all know him, I'm sure. So Seth Apter.
Oh, I knew you were going to say
Yep.
that.
He has a brand new line with Sizzix.
Yes, he does.
He and I are both artists with Stencil Girl, and he and I both have products with Emerald Creek.
Yeah.
But he
He is
has a
amazing.
brand new line with Sizzix, and I'm
Yes.
so excited. And he and I talked, and next week is going to work for him.
Yeah.
And
He's he's an amazing artist. Amazing artist.
he is. He did our very first BellaCon in person.
Yeah, he did.
And last year, him and I talked. He was going to do last year's BellaCon, but he was traveling, I think, to Australia right before it. So he would have been traveling for like 28 days, and then he would have gotten home, and then it was BellaCon. And so
Yeah, I think I
we're
remember.
trying to make it happen for him to be there again.
Yeah, this year that would be amazing. Yeah, he's amazing.
He
He's
is. He
amazing.
does such lovely work. So you guys don't want to miss next
Nope.
week.
Nope.
But I am going to, I have a new camera. So I have a new webcam here too. So I'm hoping everything goes fine. And I'm going to switch cameras.
Yep.
And Lisa's going to try to talk very, very,
I'm going to
very
stay
little.
out of it.
And try to
I'm going to mute my camera so you don't hear me coughing every 2 seconds. But yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to remove.
Okay, so there we go. So I have this set up, and first of all, I want to show. So I have everything. This is a smaller space than what I'm usually in. So I kind of have everything off to the side in a bag. But first I want to show you guys. So this is the toner paper I'm using to just show you. I don't have, like I said, I don't have my laminator with me. And Lisa will have to just kind of watch for the comments because my computer is kind of far away from me, so I can't see it so well. And this is the paper from that paper pack that I'm using. And this is the foil that I would use, which, you know, we love Gina's foils, and we love Thermal Web. So to do foiling, what you would do is you would take a piece of the foil, and I cut it down to the size of the paper. So you would put the pretty side facing up. And then you would put this either in a laminating pouch, which I have here, or lots of times I just use copy paper. And then you would run this through a hot laminator. All laminators are different. You want to test your own laminator and see what the best setting is for you, but they're all different. So I would run that through, and then I think I have it. I had to peel it off the other day for something that I was I was doing something else and I had to actually peel it off. But I would show you, like, you would peel this off and you would hear it kind of peeling. But then you get that beautiful, I don't know if you can see it so good. Can you see that foil? You can see the shine a little bit. But when you're left with the design from the paper imprints onto the foil. And to do this, you do need toner paper. You can't do it with just any black and white. It needs to be toner. So, but then you take this, and I have just plain black toner sheets, and you would take one of those and put this on top. I would run this because it has some of those wrinkles. I would run this with a piece of copy paper through the laminator to help flatten that out before I did this. But then I would run it through with the black toner. And then I want to see if, and then you get this. And you know, it's funny. I was going to say, I can't tell if that's been taken off or not. So I would run it through there. And then it uses up all of that beautiful foil because you don't want to waste any of it. And then you get the reverse design. Because it's just these little double circles, you can't see it so good on camera in the black, but regardless, this is beautiful to use in any project. So that's how you foil. And if you guys haven't done it, it is so much fun. So then whenever I'm doing projects, you guys know that I always have bits and pieces, and I save them. You know, maybe I don't save them forever, because every once in a while I clean out my studio and I might get rid of some of the little things. But for the most part, I keep so much of this for such a long time, you know, because you can use this. I mean, you can use just a strip of this on the edge of a card and put a ribbon and put a sentiment. I mean, you don't need to have a whole foiled piece. But I wanted to take and use up some of the scraps. And also, like a few months ago, I did a project where I had this die and it cut out these pieces, and these were foiled. And so I have a lot of those left, and that's what I'm going to show you today. I'm going to show you what I do with the little tiny scraps too, but I figured this is going to be an easier, not take as long as the scrappy ones. But like with these, if I wasn't going to use these as frames, I would even cut these, because these are just perfect to create a strippy card or a scrappy card. But I saved so much stuff. But I picked out all of my dark prints from these frames. So I have light ones too. I just didn't think I had enough light ones to do a card, and a lot of them were Christmas. So I thought, well, I'm not sure I want to do a Christmas card. But so I have the light ones too, which if it wasn't so much Christmas, I would maybe do that. But this is what we're going to use today. And this is a project that's also good for, like, if you foil and This is a foil piece. Okay, so let me show you two of the ones I did. So this is one of the scrappy ones I did with all those strips. So I just started up in the corner and I went down. And because these are only so long, then I started coming down at an angle here. And then I came back at an angle here. And when I did this, because I was using the ones on the black toner paper, you have to be super careful if you're using white as the backdrop, because the white would show if they didn't butt up to each other so carefully, right? So I would maybe, if I had black cardstock here, I would have used black, but I don't have black cardstock here. So here is another one that I did, and it's just so much fun. We'll put these on a card base after I show you how I'm going to do this. But if you have, I was going to show you, if you have like this, when it foiled, it might not be so perfect. If you have something like that, you could use that as your base, because as you're putting all of these scraps on here, if something didn't, if you had a piece that wasn't cut perfectly straight and you had a little bit showing through, let me grab one that's a different color so you can really see. Like if it didn't butt up perfectly, that showing through would look just fine. Whereas the white was so stark. So you want to kind of avoid that. And for this, you can use double-sided sheets of tape and put on, this is an A2 size, so it's 5.5 by 4.25. This is an A2 size card front. You could take and use a double-sided sheet, but I thought as I was doing that, I'd be touching it a lot and then it might get rid of some of its stickiness. Or if I was putting pieces down and they were on there, if I got it in the wrong place, I'd have to pull it up and then the back of the paper would stick. I just thought it was easier to just use a tape runner. So I'm just going to start. I really want to start in this corner, so I'm going to do it over here. So I would just start by putting some tape down. I'm not going to do the entire card so I can still touch something that doesn't have adhesive on it. And then I'm going to use these pieces just because I wanted it to go quicker than the smaller pieces. But I know I'm going to cut off from the back. And when you do this, you need to make sure that the corner or the end of your strip extends beyond, and make sure you get that very tip too. So you don't want to do it like this. You don't want any of that white showing. So you just want to adhere that. Oh, I have two of them there. Ha! Good thing the bottom one went in the right place. So then, because they're foil and they're all foil, I think you can do any colors together because they all have that black that kind of matches. Okay, so that won't work. Oh, I have two again. So when you do this, you want to make sure you get all the way down to cover there too. But as an alternative, you could come like right here and butt that up really good. And then come in here. And you just want to make sure that you don't have any of the white showing. I'm going to push my sleeves up a little bit because they're kind of getting stuck on the tape. But you would just continue doing this. And I don't want all of the seam coming exactly the same. So I'm going to put this one down here a little bit. And then I kind of want different, I have a lot of this pattern with the brocade because it's one of my favorites. So I don't want all of those together. So I want to look through here and get different patterns too. But you just want to, the most important thing is to get them tightly together. I'm going to grab my scissors. And you come on the back, if you can see. You're going to come on the back and just trim that right along the card front. Because these little pieces that you're taking off might be the exact size that you need as you continue across the card, right? So you have these you can use too. I'm going to just set them over here a little bit so you can still see the card. Now I need to add some more tape. And by not having the whole thing with the double-sided, everything's not sticking and it just makes it easier to work with. So when you're doing this, you want to make sure you kind of alternate colors but really, honestly, I think they all go together so nicely. And like I said, I have a lot of this flourish, or this brocade, that and the flourish. This one's the flourish. But these go together quickly, and you can use up so many of those scraps. If you're like me and you save them, you can use up so many of those. And remember, again, to bring this beyond this edge, because if you do it here, it'd be fine because let me do it here. Okay, I'm going to do it right here. So it would be fine because you could take another one, but like this one isn't big enough because you haven't come all the way to the end. So you just need one that's going to butt up but come off the cardstock. Otherwise you'd have a little tiny sliver and you don't want that. Trust me, you don't want that. So you can do this with regular cardstock scraps that you have. And if you get them so that like they're from the same color pack or from the same pack, that would be wonderful because they would go together so nicely. I have a little tiny bit showing there, but it didn't quite get as close as it should have. And this green would look lovely, even though it's trees. I want to get some silver in there. So I didn't get this one quite close enough. And if you're using a tape that has an open time, that's always nice. This one is actually ripping right there, so I don't want to use that one. You know, when you think you have enough colors, sometimes you just don't. Put that there. And put that one there. So it comes together, they come together so quick. The ones with the little scraps, They take a little bit longer, but they're so worth it. And you could do this and not do it with an exact A2 card size and then just die cut it out or use your paper trimmer and cut it to size. I just thought for traveling, it was a lot easier for me to have these already done. And even though this is done this way, you could still die cut it a little bit smaller if you wanted it not to cover the entire card front. And then you'd have little tiny scraps of pieced paper that you could do something with. So right here, I think even this isn't going to be wide enough. I think I'm going to have, still have that little tiny tip right there. So I have just a fraction of a tip right there. So I would trim, when I trim this, okay, so I'm trimming right here and here. I would just, I mean, you can barely see it, but I know it's there and it will drive me. It will bother me. So I'm just trimming a titch off the edge so that that little white tip doesn't show. And then I would take my card front and I would trim my card front that little bit also. But isn't that cool? I mean, it makes for a great card front. It would make for a great piece in a journal. There's a lot you can do with these. And let me see, I have some sentiments, but I took and pulled out a few that would actually work. So like this is a sentiment that I double foiled, and if you just put that on there, everything, so it's backwards. At home when I'm doing this, it's not backward. Can you see that? It says miss you. But where are the other two cards I did? So again, do this with the little tiny strips. And these are not all straight. So like this is wider here than it is here. I just made sure that the edges were straight so I could come in straight, and the ones that weren't, then they would just angle. But you just want to get them right next to each other so the back doesn't show. Which if you used black paper, because of these foiled pieces and the black, it won't show as much, but if you're using white, it really shows. So that would go just down on your card front. And you could do that one that says, let's do wine. If you trimmed it down and had the white showing, you could do one like this that had the white edge around it. I'm not used to, even then, I think it looks backwards to you guys. I'm sorry. But yeah, so it is quick and easy, and you get these great card fronts. And I just think they're fun. And it's a great way to use up all of those scraps. So I'm going to switch my camera back. I have a mess over here. I am actually working, okay, so like where we're staying, so there's granite countertops, which is why I had to have the craft sheets, because otherwise the glare would have been horrible. So I'm going to switch my camera. There we go. And I'm going to bring Lisa back in. There she is. You're muted though, Lisa. Let me unmute you.
I got it. Yeah, I didn't want everybody to hear me coughing.
No. No. Okay. So what do you think? I mean, these were pieces that were die cut from that die. So I'm at home, I have even more because I used that die.
I love that.
You can tell here. I mean, I made a ton of these cards, and this is just the leftover. So I have got tons and tons of these, and it's just so beautiful.
It is. The colors are just gorgeous.
But if you do the scrappy with the little tiny pieces, and you don't have to have straight pieces, you can do it with squares, you can do it with whatever. The main thing is that you butt them all right next to each other so that it's seamless. And like this one, I started at the top and came down. This one I started at the corner and was coming across here. But like I said, when I got here and had to come in this way, but you could do it more like a crazy patch even.
Oh, yeah.
And that would be beautiful. Rebecca, these are going to make beautiful cards. They are. I mean, and like I will make a bunch of these, and then I'll put them in with all these card fronts that I have ready or prepared that I've made. So when I need a quick card, I have a lot of components that I can just grab.
Yeah, that makes it so nice.
Right?
So nice.
I mean,
yes.
Because we do lives every week. I have so many birthday cards and missing you cards and hello. But it's nice not to have some cards completed because you never really know what you need.
Yeah, exactly.
Or who might like what. I love the ones you're showing for background pieces, even though you could just add a sentiment and be done. Right. Yeah. I mean, I don't like the white on here, but yeah, you just add a sentiment.
Yeah, but it would make a beautiful background piece too.
Oh, yeah.
You know, maybe a smaller focal point, in the center or off to the side if you didn't want to do a sentiment, there's different ways.
That's just it. Like if you have, like I was showing, of course, that one has this one's straight. So like you could take just some of these little pieces and add to a card.
Yeah.
And then you put your sentiment here or something. You don't have to do the whole card this way, but like I said, I love foiling and I have so many scraps. It's just fun to be able to use them.
Yeah, I like the idea of you using them on not as so much as a focal point, but just maybe adding a few pieces to a card, that has a different background paper or whatever on it.
Yeah. But you could do this and you could do a big piece and then you could die cut it out into shapes.
Oh yeah, that would.
And then you would have all of this beautifulness. I mean, Laura Lee said it would be great on a Eileen Hall die. It would. I mean, this would be a beautiful journal cover.
Journal cover, yep.
Or even the spine, just an accent piece.
Yes.
So,
yes,
I mean,
yes.
You don't always have to think big.
Right.
But if
I love that.
You sit and play with these and you can die cut them out into different shapes. And, if I was home in my studio, I would be die cutting some. I would have done it in advance so you could have seen them. But because I'm not. but these ones were all exactly the same size. Well, some were shorter, but same width. So these were super easy. Beatrice's bookmarks. Oh my gosh, they would be beautiful bookmarks.
Yes, yes, yes.
And great for a note card gift set too. Yes.
Okay, now I highlighted some. Yeah, you sound like the Godfather. At least I just saw that. Sorry, Becca.
I didn't see that, but I just heard it. Yeah.
And I know, right? I sound terrible, but I highlighted some stuff for you.
Okay, let me
see your
let me
comments. Okay.
Okay.
I started.
And you could use a black marker to go in between the strips of the white card. If the white, yes, you could, Kaylin.
Okay.
Um,
There's one from Isabel above that one.
That would totally work. Well, I'm going in the opposite order, I guess.
Okay.
Karen says, I was thinking about using my leftover strips from different papers and make it a quilted look. Got that idea from May a long time ago. Yes. I mean, nice. And I have done regular papers where I even torn them. I did it in one of our magazines or one of our books. And there's a word for it too. But yeah, you can do, there's so many possibilities. Isabel, I've used scrap strips to create full patchwork backgrounds. Yes. And because I love to quilt, it makes so much sense for a full patchwork background. Isabel also said the foil sheets are so lovely. I wonder if they would be thin enough to create iris folding projects. I'm not sure, Isabel, but if you take,
well,
let me see. Okay, so like, because this is a heavy cardstock, and to fold it, maybe not, but you could take packing tape on the back side of this and burnish it, and then pull the packing tape, and a layer of this cardstock will come off.
Oh.
And then this top layer will remain, and it will be nice and thin. So I think you could do it then, Isabel. You could do that with any heavy cardstock. Like if you have a beautiful decorative cardstock or something, but you need to put the packing tape down and burnish it really well. I mean, because then you're able, so like put it and have it come off the edge. So then you can pull it up, and it will come off in a nice clean, and do that to the whole thing. And then you have a thinner piece. And then I think you could do the iris folding. But
see, this is why you do the tips and tricks, because I never knew about this. This is a fabulous idea.
Yeah, it
Where have I been?
So cool. And I actually brought packing tape with me. So
I did not know you could do that, Anne. That is so cool.
You can, and it would work super well, but you can do it with this, and you could do it with heavy cardstock. So either way, but yeah, it would make it, because this, Isabel, really is, it's gonna crisp. I mean, it's heavy. I think it's about like 100 pounds.
Oh, so yeah, definitely.
I don't think it would fold very well for iris folding. Kaylin,
that's a great idea.
Would dry embossing over the top hide some of the white gaps? Kaylin, it would. Okay. I used a tape runner, so every little bit didn't have the adhesive on it. So there might be places where the embossing powder wouldn't hold. But if you used a sheet of double-sided tape, then the whole thing would have that adhesive, and that would work, yes. Karen, use a punch. You could use punches, and you could do different shapes, and there's so many possibilities with this. And I I know you guys know that I save all this stuff. I wanted you to know that I actually do use a lot of all those things I save, because
That's funny.
I mean, like I said, even these, which these would be lovely, even
Yep.
as to do a card front. And this is what I had done a few months back, where I had die cut them and I put in the different pieces. But I didn't save these to necessarily use them for this. I saved them because every strip here is exactly the same width. And I
Yes.
can cut them apart. And I know. Kaylin, I meant using embossing folder for dry embossing. Embossing folder for dry embossing. You could emboss it and it would kind of hide that, yes. And I don't have any with me,
Embossing folder.
but I did
oh, okay.
It's been maybe a year ago, I did some tags, and
Yeah.
I took a lot of my scrap foil paper and I embossed them with one of Eileen's 3D folders. And then I would I'll see if I can find that video and share it with you guys, but I would rip the paper so some of the white showed, but the embossing, it makes it look so beautiful on foiled paper.
Yes.
But I used them for little pieces on tags. It was the video that I did the faux wax seals with the glue gun.
Oh, okay.
So it looks, a 3D folder, one of Eileen's, would be perfect.
Yes.
Because then you would notice if that little tiny bit of white was showing.
Right.
So
yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah. And Eileen has so many great dies out. So or
Yes, she does.
so many great embossing folders.
Yeah, she's got
I
it
only
all.
have a couple, but I do love every one I have.
Yep.
Meant for the tiny bit you trimmed. Oh,
yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Yes, Karen. We could have put the part I trimmed up. That was just itty bitty. And yeah, you could put a die cut, to cover, Yes.
Yep.
Thank you.
Perfect.
When I've finished clearing out and tidying up, I will try that card. Thank you, Isabel. Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome. I love that we can all share.
I know.
Rebecca, the quilted look is great. I've done that and got the idea from Jenny Shambin. I don't know her, but I'll have to look her up because we love to check out what everybody's doing. I think it's wonderful.
Yeah. Okay, you wanted me to share stamps, right?
Oh, somebody wanted to see my stamps. Yes. I'm going to make Lisa bigger.
Okay, so I pulled some of my sets out, and I'm going to show you some of the pretty ones. And then anyways, I'll just show you the pretty ones, and you're going to have to narrate, okay?
Okay.
So this is, the packaging that is supposed to be nice and pretty.
Yes, it's old packaging, yes.
Yes, it is old packaging. But I also have them in this where I just kind of photocopied it.
Oh, see, that works.
Just because it was something that we needed right away. So that's why I was thinking, oh my God, does she want me to show the ones that are just photocopied, the nasty ones?
No. I think just the stamps, yeah.
Just the stamps. All right. So this is the 1-inch doily picnic.
You got to put it up higher. Yep.
Here we go. Sorry. And then
okay, so in there is 3 1-inch squares and 3 1-inch half triangles. Yes. So then you're able to create backgrounds. And with these stamps are patented. There's no lip on them. So they go together seamlessly to create seamless backgrounds.
Yeah, they really do. You're not going to see
the idea behind them was for quilting.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no way that you're going to see a seam in between each of these stamps. It's not going to happen. They butt up right next to each other and they're just beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's that one. And then this one is, this is one of my favorites.
That's one of my favorite backgrounds because it's
Yep.
the flourish. So that is a 2-inch square and a 2-inch triangle. And then in there, she has a 1-inch square and a 1-inch triangle.
Yeah.
Starting in March, they'll be packaged a little bit differently.
Right.
But because we started out with 3 different patterns in one package, and then Unity wanted to make it an easier process because they do everything by hand, and it takes a while to package everything when you're pulling from all different things. So
yeah,
they wanted it all in one package, which made it easier. But then you have to buy so many packages. So we're going to go back to having a variety. Kaylin, do I still have products with Unity? Yes, I do. I have background stamps and sentiment stamps with Unity currently.
The Brody's Love and the other one, right? Sentiments?
I have several sentiments sets with them.
So a dash of encouragement.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Okay. So that I pulled those out too.
Oh.
Just because I wasn't sure. So that's that set.
So these 2 sets.
Yeah.
That's a dash of encouragement, and the other one is Brody's Love. Do you have that one?
Yeah, I did, but what did I do with it? Oh Lord. Oh.
Well, those 2 stamp sets were created for 2 of our grandsons that
here it is.
My daughter she didn't miscarry. Her baby died.
Yeah.
At 5 months. She was 5 months pregnant. And so she had to deliver him. And so those sentiments were for her. And those are a dash of encouragement. And Brody's Love is for my son and his wife. They had a baby that was born and died the next day. He was premature. I mean, she was 6 months and she went into labor. So, but I have some other sentiment stamps with Unity, and I don't have anything new with them right now. Thank you, Kaylin.
And then there's
free UK postage.
Okay, so here's another one.
Okay.
This is the diamonds in plaid. And whoops.
Yep. So there's 2 different diamonds in there and plaid. So those are the 1-inch again.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see mine are kind of messy.
Well, they're used.
Yeah, well, this is another one, but wait, let me have to turn the 2 stamps over because they flop. Okay, so I don't want to show them with the backing.
You don't have to show anymore. It was just to give them an idea.
Okay, perfect. Then I'll put these all back. But yeah, I was
Isabel. Thank you. Yes, a lovely way to celebrate lost babies and remember them.
Yes.
And at the time, Unity didn't really have a lot of stamp sets for a loss, so it was perfect timing. We were going to do one big set, and then we decided it would be better to do 2 smaller sets, which was perfect because that way I could honor both of my grandsons that we had lost.
Yep.
Kaylin says they're used and very loved, Lisa.
Yeah,
you're welcome, Beatrice.
They're a mess.
I was joking about the postage, but hopeful. Yes, Karen. Kim from Emerald Creek. Sometimes when I'm shipping outside of the US, I'll check with her because she can get, like I use pirate ship when I'm shipping stuff, and I get pretty good rates. But for outside of the US, she lives in Canada, and whatever postal service she is using, sometimes can get it for half of what I would have to charge somebody. So I do always check with her, because she's more than happy to send me a label, and then I just pay her for it. But
That's
I
cool.
do always try to get the best shipping
Yeah.
for anybody out of the country. And especially like for Bellicon, she gets the labels for me, because I know Isabel attends Bellicon, and I shipped her stuff. And Isabel, I think you let me know. I think you got it before the event started or that week. So I think yours took about the same time as everybody else's, which was nice. I'm always
Yes.
afraid. And I can't do the ones out of the country earlier than the others because I'm waiting for all the products to come in from the manufacturers. Once I have everything, then I package. But,
Right.
well, I take that back. My grandkids package for me.
She's got her own private.
I do. I have a
Yeah.
crew.
Her own private work crew. Love that.
Yeah, it is.
17 grandbabies, I would hope.
You know,
That's right. Put
they
them to
love my
work.
grandma.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so I have winners from last 2 weeks. And
Okay,
one,
Isabel did say her swag bag came quickly and the other items. Okay,
okay,
perfect.
good, good. Do we have a date for Bellicon yet? I know I saw May
Bellicon is May 14th through the 17th.
14th.
And
Okay.
I am just confirming with all of the instructors.
Okay.
And Eileen, I like that. Butler Shipping Company. I like that.
It's true, Eileen. You know it too.
That would be another good business.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay,
Oh,
so
goodness.
Lisa has the 2 winners' names for the last 2 weeks.
I do. And one of them is here because I saw. But for the first one, this is from the Tiffany interview that you did the beginning of the month. And these are for one ebook, one of our ebooks. So
you get to pick.
Yes. So you can pick whichever one that you want. So the first winner, she is not here because I didn't see her, is Linda Zambori.
Congratulations, Linda.
Yes, congratulations, Linda. I know, she comes and goes. She's always at Bellicon though.
Well, and watches the replays. Everybody,
yes. Yeah, so everybody gets a chance when they watch replays. That's the whole point of keeping it open so long. Okay, and the second one I have a question about because it goes to Karen Gartland or Gartland Karen. Yep. I was because her name. What name is it, Karen? Is it Gartland Karen or Karen Gartland?
Oh, I always call her Karen, so I hope that's right.
Yeah. So let us know, Karen. But congratulations to you. You also get a free, excuse me, an ebook of your choice. So yeah, that's the one that I thought.
Eileen says it is Karen. So
okay, Karen. All right, perfect.
And Karen said, being honest, the retreats are often too expensive for me right now, and we get that, and we totally understand. And for Bellicon last year and this year, so I do have several manufacturers segments, and those anybody will be able to watch. So those
and you still keep the price pretty low compared to a lot of these other workshops that are $600-700.
I try.
I mean, yeah, you gotta say, not pay a few bills for something like that.
Yeah.
Anne is very good about keeping the price down as much as possible. So I just got to say that. So you're welcome, Karen. Message us and let us know. Just go on the website, pick whichever
book you want, and let us know.
Yeah, and then I'll send it to you. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations again. Yay.
Well, yes. So thank you everybody for being here. And remember, next week, 2 o'clock Central Time, interview with Seth Apter.
That's going to be awesome.
And he's going to share all of his new products and his goodies and his work.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
He is a cool dude.
Thank you, Karen. We appreciate, we know everybody can't make
Oh, of
it
course.
necessarily for every live or for the time that we have our lives. So we appreciate anybody that comes, watches replays, and is there just because we love to share with everybody.
Yeah. So true. It's what we do.
So we want to remind everybody to take a little time to craft.
Yes, because it's good for your soul.
It truly is.
I can't tell you how much.
No, she can tell you.
I can't tell you, but boring story. All
Thank
right,
you
guys.
all. You have a wonderful rest of the week. Get some creativity going. And if you do any of these scrappy little cards or backgrounds or whatever, share them with us. You know, we have our group, Do You Love to Craft? So you can join in there and share whatever you're creating. We love to see it.
Yep. Perfect. All right.